thing I need. We are recording a few of the old choirs, 3 or 4, because although we produced the DVD, Home the Divine Name, which Margaret has here, in that it was a more general but intensive commentary on Om by Mother Sri Aurobindo, other sages, passages from Savitri, history of the Om choir, and at the end, 6 people did the exercises. Now many people are asking, but what does it sound like? And how do we do Om choirs in our country and in our states in India, because so many people are now beginning in India. And so we want to put together a video of actual Om choirs. Or maybe an hour long or something, not too much. Generally we sing without the lights, because we can go more deeply within. So now we have to just bear with this for a few more weeks with lots of light and go within by closing our eyes. Our videographer, Aurobindo from the video section in the ashram, has made a very beautiful suggestion to me that we could all hold some small candles next week, just for maybe one Om, and the whole room would be dark and the video camera could capture that. So these very inexpensive things, if someone could bring some of them, I'll try to bring 20 or 30 of them, whatever. So we would all have them and just quietly share the light. Okay, now, the next thing of great importance. Ironic and a bit humorous. Last week, the Om choir was really beautiful. Except towards the end, when someone began bellowing, Om! Ironically, he was my friend, but I couldn't say anything. What does it all mean? It means that we have to listen to each other so carefully. Go within, touch the soul of each other. And not do our own thing, but be truly one sacred little soul. If we can't realize it, we can at least believe that we are one. And we know Ramakrishna and Sri Aurobindo said, belief is the knowledge of the soul. Although it's blind knowledge, it's hidden knowledge. But belief is just that. It's already there in us, this oneness. And I've asked different people now to read from Savitri or some other writings of Mother Sri Aurobindo. And I know that some of you have come to Aurobindo, you may not know much about Mother and Sri Aurobindo. But if we use the word divine, we are singing and opening to the divine affairs. And that force is coming through this Om choir as a force of harmony, not just individually or collectively in a small group, but it is going through our bodies into the earth atmosphere and changing the earth. We have a group called the Contemplative Alliance, which has been active now for a few Buddhists, Ramakrishnas, Sri Aurobindo disciples, Essene Christians, deep thinking people, and they gather in different places in the world. And they pray for peace. They have asked me to come to Nairobi on the 2nd of March to give an Om choir in the United Nations building in Nairobi. And so these Om choirs are expanding much faster than one might think. There must be at least 10 already just in India, in Baroda, in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, a number of them started. And Surat, we will have one soon. So more and more are beginning. And I ask you, from wherever you come from, whatever country, begin an Om choir there. Because I spoke last week about this deep interconnection that Mother wants between the ashram and order. And very significantly, I don't know if you noticed, but Oracle's birthday is the 28th. And the last 2 weeks we had 28 people on each bus. Very interesting. Tonight I opened with just 6 quatrains from Sri Aurobindo's beautiful poem, A God's Labor. So these are just the first 6 quatrains, and there are 140 lines in this poem, A God's Labor. I have gathered my dreams in a silver air, between the gold and the blue, and wrapped them softly and left them there, my jeweled dreams of you. I had hoped to build a rainbow bridge, marrying the soil to the sky, and sow in this dancing planet midge the moods of infinity. But too bright were our heavens, too far away, too frail their ethereal stuff, too splendid and sudden our life could not stay. The roots were not deep enough. He who would bring the heavens here must descend himself into clay, and the burden of earthly nature there, and tread the dolorous way. Coercing my Godhead, I have come down here on the sordid earth, ignorant, laboring, human grown, twixt the gates of death and birth. I have been digging deep and long, amid a horror of filth and mire, a bed for the golden river's song, a home for the deathless. Preparing this physical instrument to receive the grace and the force of the new music. So we begin. And the projection will nose with the belly, the diaphragm, belly expanding, and the lower three ribs coming out like this. No lifting the chest, no lifting the shoulders. Everything up here is relaxed. Totally relaxed. Relax the whole upper body. Take a quick step. Breath. Because we have warmed up the instrument a bit. And our breathing is getting better. Now, good posture is nice to have, good posture, but no stiffness. So we're going to do our diaphragm exercise. Caress that ha a little bit. So instead of ha, 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 we do this ha. More mysterious. Now we have. Twice the volume will come out with no more effort. Ha. Ha, 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 ha. Now we're getting some good sound, We have one voice not hearing the note. I'll ask you just to sing a little softer if you recognize it. If you don't recognize it, that's very good. Very good. And now we get into the tough part. Listen to each other. So we're going to start right here. can't sing a note. Some come just to meditate. Some come just to receive. Some have come and been healed. Whatever the reason, this is not by chance that so many people are here. It's by the grace of the divine, and you are opening to that grace. When we begin the first Om, I always ask someone somewhere, they feel the music, to begin. Immediately, this great sea of sound will join all voices together. And from there, I ask all of you, free up the instrument. Don't be constrained to an old form of singing, either east or west. This is something totally new. Mother said it must go far above words and bring down the pure music. And it is coming in a collective body all over the world. Last week I told you, Australia, Berlin, California, many places. And it will where?
Canada.
Canada, yes. So we are part of something. We are an instrument that the Mother, the Lord is using to bring harmony to the earth and man.
The blaze of His sovereign glory is the sun. The glory is the gold and glimmering moon. The glory is His dream of purple sky. The march of His greatness are the leading stars. His laughter of beauty breaks out in green trees. His moments of beauty triumph in flower. The blue seas chant, the rivulet's wandering voice are murmurs falling from the Eterner's heart.
when one of our members told me, the music sings you. And that is what we must aspire for. To have the Lord's voice descending in us and through us into the very atoms that constitute this human form. And for the transformation of the cells. In that time chaos, joy fled dancing past, and beauty evaded settled line and form, and hid its sense in mysteries of hue. Yet gladness ever repeated the same notes, and gave the sense of an enduring world. There was a strange consistency of shapes, and the same thoughts were constant passers-by, and all renewed unendingly its charm, alluring ever the expectant heart, like music that one always waits to hear, like the recurrence of a haunting rhyme. It would be nice to fill these last two chairs in the center. We're so full tonight. Mother wanted us to sit in the circle, and now we have 4 or 5 circles. So that's wonderful. When we have so many people, we have the opportunity for a great richness and the descent of a tremendous power of the new music. We also have, at the same moment, the challenge of not listening to each other, of not going deeply enough within to feel the soul contact with each of us. And we are not here for any other reason, not to show off a beautiful voice, not to sing louder than anyone else. We are here for one reason: to open as instruments to the divine music which is descending. And those of us who have been together for many years have felt so strongly that descent. And we know that the divine is present in this room. When we begin, we invoke the presence. We become basically a prayer of offering and an instrument through which he can play. If we can have that aspiration, that awareness in our consciousness that we are truly one body, multi-voiced, no doubt, but one body. And this new music is not Om chant, and it is not Western music or Eastern music. It is its own music that the Mother told me was waiting right here above our heads to descend. And that was 50 years ago. And it is pouring down. And it is healing. It is helping in the transformation of the earth. Some of you will feel it tonight. There have been times when the music was too strong and people would break down and have to leave the room. It's perfectly all right. Sometimes they come back again also. Now, we have made one DVD about Om and the practice sessions that we have here in the first 15 or 20 minutes. But I have been asked by so many, can you not have a DVD of the Om choir itself? And that's why you see the camera. Otherwise, we have no cameras here, and we will not after a few more times, because we like to shut down all the lights and just be able to be the light that we all are. We have developed a working system which is open to change, but we find that 1 hour especially with the practices. So we generally are seated for 3 ohms, and then we stand for the last ohm. So that seems to work out well, because there should be, after each ohm, a few moments in which we can absorb and allow to flow through us this power that has descended. And somehow, even in a group of this size, we can sense when an ohm has come through, and it is time for silence. We also read or recite a few lines, generally from Savitri, Sri Aurobindo's magnum opus, the longest poem written in the English language, and for many of us, the greatest, because it is the story of the conquest of death by love. We begin with the exercises. And these are exercises that have been practiced for centuries by singers. So we begin humming, so we can warm up the vocal cords, and we start very simply. Push the air against the lips. and breath. Very nice. You can go higher. Now we open out on ma. Same note. With the mouth as wide open as possible. Let all the sound come out. Again, same note. And now as soft as you can do it. Very, very nice. And now a diaphragm exercise. Not so interested in the tone as you're using this muscle. Okay. Being on pitch a little better would help. Yes. Now, if you smile just a little bit, you'll hear a different quality coming to the music. Now, lots of energy. Now we're going to do coloring, shading, caressing the ah. So instead of just ah, try maybe just ah. Oh yes, much more beautiful. We have that control. We've been given this body, especially at this time of near its history, to be transformed, to become the divine body. And the transformation is taking place very subtly, but it is working in the cells of our bodies. It is in the earth, in the soil, in the earth's atmosphere. There is no place we can go where it is not. You got it. You got it. Okay, but you see, it's going to go out naturally after you've done it because you've expelled the air. So then again you pull it in. Ha! Ha! Each time it will go out on its own. So, one more. Get the note in your head first. Bases. Okay. Ha! Some of us, maybe 20% of you I know. And yet, we have this beautiful union of souls. I like to call it a group soul, as the mother has termed it. A group soul is a number of souls that come down at a particular time in the Earth's evolution. They come down for a very specific purpose. To lift the Earth and humanity to the next stage in the evolution. Many of us know what that stage is and must be. Harmony, love, joy, oneness. And we are only here, all of us, because that is our inmost aspiration. To change this totally attuned to this great group soul. As an example, faces only, as we all know. It is the divine grace, which is present with us right now. And I can tell you that Mother and Sri Aurobindo are here. The inconscient found its heart of consciousness. The idea and feeling, groping in ignorance, at last clutched passionately the body of truth. The music, born in matter silences, plucked nude out of the ineffable's fathomlessness, the meaning it had held, but could not voice. The perfect rhythm, now only sometimes dreamed, an answer brought to the torn earth's hungry need, rending the night that had concealed the unknown, giving to her her lost, forgotten soul.
find some lost or missed felicity. The lyric voyage of a divine soul. The rhythm that brings the sound of wisdom's seed. speaks within. Light comes to us from above. It seeks for good and beauty and for God. One speaks within.
just 2 or 3 people.